This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm your host, Josh, the non-rabbi. And episode 325 will feature the Benchwarmer team of Mason and Dave versus Benchwarmer Wally and newcomer Matt Fraier. Welcome to the bench, Matt. Why don't you take a minute to let us know where you're from, what teams you root for, and anything else you'd like to share.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Matt Fraier, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. So obviously I root for all things St. Louis. Also Liverpool Football Club. I consider myself the Walling antithesis, I believe, right? I love the Cardinals. He loves the Royals and the Rangers. Let's see. I love Liverpool. He loves Manchester United. He likes the Cowboys and the Chiefs. I hate both of them because their owners helped move my Rams away. So, and yet we've been friends for over 20 years. So, yeah, I've got, let's see, 3 boys. I've got a 12-year-old who's into competitive swimming, a 9-year-old who is into competitive baseball, and a 6-year-old who we pay to touch a soccer ball. I believe today he made $4. So that's us, and they're hopefully all in bed now.
Nice. All right, Wally, how you doing? And let us know what your and Matt's team name is going to be.
In an ounce of fairness, I also hate the Cowboys owner. So we just need to get that. I am well. I'm returned from sunny Palm Springs, where we golfed for 3 days straight, 36 holes a day. So my back, legs, knees, and joints are all still recovering, but it was a good time. Getting ready to go down and do some recruiting down at the former college that I attended, where I think Matt and I probably met or we might have been in Murray State when we met you, but get to hang out in sunny Rolla, Missouri for 3 days. It's been very, very exciting.
To be fair, I met you DJing a party.
Oh, yeah.
Tell that story later.
That I did used to do that. I was the Dave Wertz of my fraternity. I had all the different jobs.
Except your DJ name, it would be way better than anything I'd come up with.
DJ in the attic.
DJ Chick-fil-A. Like, that's what I got.
Oh, Rolla didn't have a Chick-fil-A. It would have to be DJ McDonald's or something lower than that. So for a team name, like Matt mentioned, we've been friends for a couple of decades now. One of our memories that we make jokes about all the time was thanks to a place outside of Murray State called Club Paradise, which was a combination gentleman's club and karaoke bar, depending on which side you were in. And there was like a 60-year-old man singing Back That Ass Up on one side, and if you went to the other side, it was just your regular old run-of-the-mill gentleman's club.
A literal version of it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he was giving direction, not singing.
Yeah. He was in charge, actually. He was the floor man.
I like that idea that each side is coinciding with each other. Like thong song on one side, and then the other
the
side
guy karaokeing.
Yeah.
It's very feng shui.
And we were trying to order some drinks from Club Paradise, and we asked the lady to come up with a shot for us, and she was like, "You guys like an Incredible Hulk?" And we're like, "We have no idea what that is." And she proceeded to laugh. She was a large white woman, and turned to someone at the bar and say, "These white boys don't know nothing about that Hypnotic and Hennessy."
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so that, in a roundabout way, is going to be our team name. So our team name today is Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Oh, my God. You were given alcohol poisoning by Large Marge?
Yeah, pretty much.
The Incredible Hulk, man.
At Club Paradise.
Cute green.
Which was right, like you could throw a rock from the front door onto an active train track that would, with a very active, they would come by constantly.
Listen, that was high class compared to the one where you had to bring your own lawn chair. Murray, Kentucky. You're welcome.
You know, it's still better than our local ones. We got bean snappers over here, which isn't exactly a great name for a gentleman's club.
Oh boy. Well, with that, Mason, Dave, how you guys doing? Whew.
I guess I have to be the one to follow that up. I don't know why I put in that position. No pun intended. So yeah, I'm doing okay. As of the day of recording, it is September 21st. So happy Earth, Wind, and Fire Day for those of y'all that celebrate. And second of all, because in sports world, I got to watch the Saints be down 38-6 at halftime. At that point, I said, "Hey, let's get out the house and do something." So our family went to this local Hispanic ice cream stop, and it was actually very good. It was the first time I've ever been. It's not too far from my house, and I'd been meaning to go. And yeah, it was a nice break from watching the Saints get demolished. So it was well worthwhile day for us. And then I'll let Dave go and give us our team name.
Yeah, I've had an absolutely insane weekend. I know a lot of the guys have seen in our chat. Friday was my big wrestling show of the year. They end up doing a crazy variety show over at a place called Turner Hall. It's right next to the Pfizer Forum. It's probably like one of their bigger music venues that's not the Forum itself, right? And yeah, I mean, it was wild as ever. I ended up getting spanked by a belt. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then I watched the Packer game today, and I wanted to die a little bit because that was so awful and so boring. So yeah, the Browns really ruined it. And I was also talking with Mason. We are a part of the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast Fantasy Football League, in which I am currently on track to go 3-0 in this league, right? And yet I absolutely despise my fantasy football team. I've got nothing of note, nothing that makes me like, yes, I'm glad I got that individual. I mean, I take that back. I'm on Ross St. Brown, but most of this team is just dog water. It's terrible. And so that leads us to our team name, in which we're kind of feeling that. And we're on a fantasy island. So that's our team name, is Fantasy Island.
All right, so we've got Hypnotic and Hennessy versus Fantasy Island. Let's kick it over to our emeritus benchwarmer Dan for the rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Okay, well, today's first quarter will be sporting haikus.
Sporting haikus. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in haiku form. Each question is worth 25 points.
Haiku 1. 5 FCS champs. 6 seasons. Starts for 6 teams. Grew up a Vikes fan.
We'll lock in.
What's locking in?
Check in. Sorry. We'll check
That's
in.
what my students do when they say they want to focus on something. They say they're going to lock in, and they don't, but they say they're going to do it. So,
All right.
It's a Wisconsin thing. You wouldn't understand.
Fantasy Island has checked in. So Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out.
6 seasons and starts for 6 teams. That's the one I'm not.
Yeah, who moves around that much other than Ryan Fitzpatrick?
What's his name? That played for 12 teams. Josh Johnson. I honestly have not much to go off of on this one, unless you've got anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Should we just go with Josh Johnson because he's played for a ton of different teams and probably has started for 6 different teams, some form or fashion?
Sure, buddy.
All right.
no confident.
Not at all.
Nope.
Is anyone confident with Josh Johnson at the helm?
No. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Josh Johnson. Or let's do Johnson. Check it in.
Okay. And Fantasy Island, what'd you guys have?
I'm very thankful I came across this today. That this quarterback accomplished this feat today, as of time of recording. And he has been a backup and I think I have all six: Eagles, Colts, Chiefs, Rams, Commanders, and now Vikings. I think this is Carson Wentz.
One team will be getting points. Correct answer is Carson Wentz. And yes, he became the first quarterback to start for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons. So nobody else has ever done that. So and if you think what school would have 5 straight FCS championships, hopefully that would have led you to North Dakota State because they're dominant. But,
That's true. See, that's why youth sports ruins trivia, because I would have watched that game and learned that piece if I wasn't on the soccer field.
I just avoided that game like the plague in general.
Which is fair.
Wasn't it like 48-3 for a little bit?
it was fun to watch as a Vikings fan, considering how unwatchable week 2 was, but their defense decided to play crazy today. So
Thank you, Jake Browning.
well, I mean, that probably helps too. So yeah, let's move on to haiku number 2. Murray State draft pick. Racers career rebounds king. Not a sailor man.
Can check in.
All right. Nautic and Hennessy has checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out, but it looks like you probably don't have much to talk out.
Almost certain, unless that clue's a misleading one. I think it's got to be Popeye Jones.
Yeah, I don't know how many Murray State people you can mention.
Rude.
Murray.
I mean, there's a couple, but yeah, I forgot that he played there. It's got to be Popeye Jones. So, you go with that?
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll check it in.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what did you guys have?
Yeah, we were also checking in with runner-up to Sam Cassella's ugliest NBA player ever, Popeye
Ooh.
Jones.
Oh,
Both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Popeye Jones. Jones was the NCAA rebounding leader during his senior season in 1992. The general consensus on the internet is that as a 6'8" power forward, Popeye never dunked in the NBA. I don't know if it's been fully verified, but there are multiple places and articles that talked about how he never dunked in the NBA. I don't know. That seems a little crazy to think. Maybe his ears kept him from being able to get to the rim. I'm not sure.
Like Dumbo, they should give him extra lift.
All right, let's move on to haiku 3. Bama stats leaders in rushing and receiving, 21 draft picks. And for you listeners, the 21 does have the apostrophe to indicate that it's a year.
Josh, we're going to check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy has checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
yeah. Mason and I are going back and forth right now. We're pretty confident on Najee Harris
Yeah.
being the rushing leader.
So yeah, and then the receiver. Originally, I thought Devontae Smith because he won the Heisman in 2020. He was a high draft pick, but Jalen Waddle is also that draft. I still lean Smith because he won the Heisman, so it's more likely he would be the all-time receiving leader just because of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because there was a lot of guys on that team too, right? Because you also had Mechie putting up some decent numbers as well. But yeah, let's go with the obvious. I think no reason to stray away from Occam's razor here.
Yeah, maybe I don't even know if Waddle played as long. I want to say maybe he wasn't there either because I think he's younger. I might be wrong about that, but yeah. So we're gonna go with Devontae Smith and Najee Harris. We'll check that in.
Okay, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what did you guys have?
We lose our coin flip then. We'll see. We took the other side of the wide receiver coin. I also talked about the same names and went with Najee and Jalen Waddle.
Well, one team is getting points. The correct answers are Najee Harris and Devontae Smith. Harris finished his college career with 3,843 rushing yards and 46 rushing touchdowns. Smith finished his college career with 3,965 receiving yards and 46 receiving touchdowns. All 4 stats are all-time bests for Alabama.
Yeah, that 2020 season, he had like 1,800 yards. I mean,
Yeah, and Waddle got drafted before him, though, right? Didn't he go like a few picks early?
well, wasn't that because of Smith was just skinny?
Yeah.
Yeah, Waddle went right after Jamar Chase.
All right, let's move on to the fourth and final haiku. Cubs and Cardinals. NL stolen base leader, 8-time league leader.
We should be able to check in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Checking in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hypnotic and Hennessy has checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
I think this is Vince Coleman. That was my first thought. Never mind. He didn't play for the Cubs. Sorry. I was thinking it for Cardinals, but that doesn't work. Never mind.
Wait. Is this Lou Brock?
Oh, duh. Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Wow, that's bad.
Yeah, that. Oh my God. I was like, I was trying to get Pete Crow Armstrong out of my head. It's got to be Lou Brock.
Yeah, it's Lou Brock. Check that in.
All right. And Hypnotic and Hennessy, what you guys have?
Yeah, the greatest one-sided trade of all time. Lou Brock for Brolio. Don't even remember his first name. It's definitely Lou Brock.
Both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Lou Brock. Brock has the second best stolen base season of any player in the modern era with 118 in 1974. Ricky Henderson's 130 in 1982 is the only better single season. Well, after the first quarter, we have the following scores. Hypnotic and Hennessy stumbled a bit in that first quarter. They have 50, and Fantasy Island has 100.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
Today's second quarter will be the missing link.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Question 1. What Hall of Fame pitcher who won a Triple Crown in 1940 played his entire 18-season MLB career with the Cleveland Indians?
Hey, Josh, we're going to check in.
All right. Hypnotic and Hennessy checked in, I think, just before Fantasy Island was about to. So, Fantasy Island, you guys can, well, either just talk it out or give me an answer.
Yeah, Mason was about to tell us how old he is. So,
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if he has a Triple Crown, but he's a Hall of Fame pitcher, and he played his entire career with Cleveland's Bob Feller. Very well could have a crown. I just don't remember that he does, but wouldn't surprise me. Considering how old he was.
I'd say that's a good answer to go with. I obviously know who Bob Feller is. I know he was really damn good. I can't really tell you if he had a Triple Crown, let alone when it was going to be there.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good answer to go with.
Yeah. Everything else feels like it fits. So we're just going to check in with Bob Feller.
Okay. And Hypnotic and Hennessy, what did you guys have?
Yeah, when I think of old, dominant Indians pitchers, that's really the only name I can come up with. So we also checked in with Feller.
All right. Well, both teams are getting points because correct answer is Bob Feller. During World War II, Feller served as a gun captain aboard the USS Alabama and kept his pitching arm in shape by throwing near a gun turret. So he's one of those guys who probably would have had a 22-year career if there hadn't been that silly World War that, happened.
Got in the way of some good baseball.
Created a great women's baseball movie, though.
True.
My dad's from Cleveland. His favorite player was Bob Feller. And I remember we were driving through, going to like Cuyahoga National Park. I was like, "Hey, we're about to drive through Cleveland. What's one thing I should look for?" And he said the exit ramp. Like, just keep going. Get out of there.
I literally was just told the same thing on Friday from the wrestler that I was speaking to. Yeah, Matt Cross said the exact same thing.
Hey, that's not a John Fraier original. How dare he?
All right. Question 2. What player who was selected in the 2019 NFL Draft had been the most recent running back drafted out of Boise State before Ashton Jeanty was selected in the 2025 draft?
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll check in or lock in for tonight.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in. So Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, I think Ajayi was a little earlier. Like I think he was early teens.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember if like I saw this somewhere or if we had a similar question or something, but I think this is Madison.
Yes. Those are the only two I knew.
Right.
Madison and Ajayi. I didn't know if there was anyone in between. I forget when Madison was drafted because he's just been a perpetual backup and hope of being great.
There's another running back I think floating around right now, backup right now. That's, and then they also had, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's Madison. I don't want to talk.
Let's go with
myself
that.
up, so let's just go with that. Yes.
All right. And Fantasy Island, what'd you guys have?
I was thinking on this too, and I do remember a little bit of this. Thankfully, and another connection with the great state of Minnesota. Yeah. Pro comparison, if I remember correctly, was to Jeremy Hill, which is also a great thing to be associated with. Yeah, this is Alexander Madison.
All right. Both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Alexander Madison. Did you know that Madison is fluent in Spanish?
No.
Habla Español.
See,
All right. The theme linked answers thus far are Bob Feller and Alexander Madison. Moving on to question 3. What two-time All-Pro linebacker who was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles out of Stephen F. Austin in 1998 watched his son get drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in 2024 out of Clemson?
you go with that, Dave?
Yeah, let's lock in.
Okay.
Sorry. Check in. Now I'm going to do it to myself all damn night.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in, so Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, Nolan Smith.
Yeah, we're trying to use all of my fantasy football knowledge in one day, and I knew that. Like, I've got a junior on my dynasty team, Nolan Smith Jr., but I don't think that's right. Like you said, I think but I know
Georgia.
Shipley went to
Clemson. 24.
probably.
Was it Trotter that had a kid who went to Clemson? I know I hated him. And I thought he had a kid. I don't think Shipley had a dad that played in the NFL.
Thanks for adding on to that part.
Yeah. Yeah. I did think he had a dad. I should at least not truncate my sentences in odd spaces. I'm fairly certain that Trotter's kid went to Clemson. And I hated Trotter when he was with the Eagles. As I hated most Eagles that weren't Randall Cunningham for some reason. Do you have a Trotter on your dynasty team?
I wish.
Yeah, well,
They're pretty trash.
yeah.
I mean, if you had a horse racing dynasty team, I guess it would work.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know. Is Jordan Shipley Will Shipley's dad?
I don't know that the timeline works out on that without some
How dare
physics
you.
bending. So let's just go with Trotter.
Deal.
Okay, Trotter.
All right, and Fantasy Island, what'd you guys have for an answer?
I had the first name.
We double team this. Yeah.
Yeah, I had first name. I'm like, it's Jeremiah something. I couldn't remember. And thankfully, Dave had the
Jeremiah
last name.
Shipley.
Yeah, we said the same thing. Jeremiah Trotter.
All right, well, both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Jeremiah Trotter. Trotter was captain of the Philadelphia Benjamins dodgeball team on the 3rd season of Game Show Network's Extreme Dodgeball. All right, the theme-linked answers thus far are Bob Feller, Alexander Madison, and Jeremiah Trotter. Moving on to question 4. What center, who was selected in the 2008 NBA draft, is 4th on the career blocks list for the Georgetown Hoyas? The top 3 are all members of the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame.
Hey, Josh,
Yes, sir.
we can check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy is checked in. So Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, I think that's right though. I'm trying to remember where the hell Roy Hibbert played.
That seems right. I don't know that for sure. Because it's Georgetown, I would have just the names I was thinking of. Of course, the top 3 would all be Hall of Famers. And yeah, I guess he went there. I couldn't tell you definitively, but that would
Well,
make
I
sense.
will say, I'm scheduled to host in a couple episodes, and I did just make a Roy Hibbert question. So,
Now you have to get rid of it. Sorry.
yeah, now it's banished into the nether realm. And so that's the only reason why it popped up into my brain so dang quickly. But I feel this pretty good that it's Roy Hibbert.
Okay, I'm good with it.
All right, let's check it in.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what'd you guys have for an answer?
Yeah, I moved away from fantasy football and moved into NBA 2K. If you haven't played Eras Mode, it's the best ever, where you can go back to 1984 and redraft your dynasty. But yeah, we also checked in with Roy Hibbert.
All right, well, both teams are getting points. The correct answer is Roy Hibbert. Hibbert had 4 more blocks than Ruben Boomshay.
R.I.P. to Jonathan Lucroy Hibbert.
Silence.
Sorry.
Nobody
We'll
cares.
just let
Nobody
that
cared
one
about
sit.
it.
That way we can just have its dead air time.
All right.
Just giving a moment of silence as requested.
All right,
It's not an editing mistake. It was actually signed for that one.
all right. The theme-linked answers thus far are Bob Feller, Alexander Madison, Jeremiah Trotter, and Roy Hibbert. Moving on to question 5. At what film festival did Murder Ball win the Audience Award for Best Documentary Feature in 2005?
We can check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy has checked in. So Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
There's only so many film festivals I can name.
Yeah, have you ever watched Murder Ball?
I have not. I don't watch movies. I think we've established this on this podcast. I'm
I
not
get
sure.
that.
I'm not sure what a movie is. I'm sorry. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's not the question. So whatever film, whatever that word is. Anyway. So, I mean, if we're gonna name a film festival, I'd pick probably the most notable one, the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, but
Sure.
I'm going to assume this is so Murder Ball is the movie where it's the wheelchair basketball athletes.
Okay.
And very niche movie. So if it's not going to be well known, it's not going to be playing at the Cannes. I would lean more towards Sundance.
Okay. Does that make sense for a theme, though? Question.
Well,
I think mine would fit the theme that we think it is, if that is the theme. But I don't even know if that's right. So I don't. Is it more likely to be that it would be at Sundance? I don't know.
I mean,
Those are the two I could think of.
Murder Ball was, like I said, it was not a crazy. I think it was like actually a movie made by MTV, like MTV Films. So it wasn't going to exactly, stun the nation and bring a tear to people's eyes.
Okay, that's fine then.
That's just going to be my own guess. I know that we were talking about the theme and all, but I wasn't super confident on the theme,
No,
and that's
me either.
only because I have
coincidentally.
nothing.
It just
Yeah.
coincidentally worked for the first 4. Then I I'm fine with trusting your gut on it because I don't know the movie, and if you know it that wouldn't fit to be that sort of film, then that's fine. I'm good with Sundance.
Yeah, let's check in with Sundance.
All right. And Hypnotic and Hennessy, what did you guys have for an answer?
We also checked in with Sundance.
Well, both teams will be getting their points. Correct answer is the Sundance Film Festival. Murderball was also nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the 78th Academy Awards, losing to March of the Penguins. And Dave, I do believe it was quad rugby team, not the basketball.
Oh, my bad.
I just want to get that out there, just so we try to be as factual as we can. We're not always great at that.
You're the one with the facts. I'm the one that's just guessing at this point.
All right, the themed linked answers are Bob Feller, Alexander Madison, Jeremiah Trotter, Roy Hibbert, and Sundance Film Festival. One team has submitted a correct answer so far. So we're going to let Fantasy Island talk it out and see if they can get to a correct answer. While through the first four, they did have double letters in their last names, which I didn't even realize.
Han would have worked. Han would have worked if that was the correct answer. So,
in all fairness, we have two N's in Sundance.
yeah, they're just not consecutive.
So unfortunately, that is not the correct theme. So if you'd like to try and work out what the theme is.
I think what I sent you, because it's a very timely thing, it would make sense. I don't know if it's true, but are these like
oh
Redford roles?
yeah, that's gotta be it.
Like I said, a more timely thing, and Sundance being the giveaway would make me think that.
Yeah,
that movie knowledge here. I don't know what the other ones are, but
I'm sure if I thought long and hard about it, but Robert Redford, doesn't exactly ring my bells. So yeah, I say let's check in with Robert Redford movies
or roles
or characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what do you guys have?
We also checked in with Robert Redford roles. I think it was the Jeremiah and the Roy, and then the recentness of Robert Redford that kind of gave it away from us. As anyone who doesn't know, the nodding head grizzly man gif is Robert Redford as Jeremiah Johnson. So we checked in with Robert Redford roles. Already.
Well, so both teams will be getting theme points. Hypnotic and Hennessy will be getting 100 because they submitted right after the fourth question, pretty much. And Fantasy Island will be getting 50. So yes, these were Robert Redford roles. Bob Woodward from All the President's Men, Alexander Pierce from Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Jeremiah Johnson from Jeremiah Johnson, Roy Hobbs from The Natural, and Sundance Kid from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And yes, with his recent passing, I thought it was appropriate to do a missing link for him.
If you wanted to stick with our team name, you could have used Johnny Hooker from The Sting. Could use that in Club P.
I thought you were talking about a Robert Redford movie, Walling, when you said, yeah, we checked in after Jeremiah and the Roy.
Yes.
Hey, you don't remember that one? Classic 1978 film, buddy film.
All right. Well, after the second quarter, we have scores that are exactly the same because Hypnotic and Hennessy missed 2 questions in the first quarter, but they made up that 50 points with getting the first in on the missing link. So it is 250 to 250. And that brings us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions. Each question is worth 25 points.
Today's halftime show will be a sports movie / band pre- and post-game. I will provide you a list of actors and band members, and you must put the two together. For example, if I gave you Lou Ferrigno, Steve Harris, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Bruce Dickinson, the answer would be Pumping Iron Maiden. So you see how this is going to go?
Well, I didn't know we were working
Like-
blue in this game.
Yeah. Wow.
Hello, gentlemen's club.
Hey,
He's just right.
that's my wrestling faction name. Thank you very much.
What? Pumping Iron Maiden?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. Question 1. We have Paul Walker, Tad Kinchla, John Voight, Chan Kinchla, James Vanderbeek, and John Popper.
Josh, we can check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy is checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
Thankfully, music is where I can get you that part of it. I think this is Varsity Blues Traveler.
No, that's good because I definitely
Yeah, John Popper. Legend. We'll check that in. Varsity Blues Traveler.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy.
I'd be banned from. They'd have my high school diploma taken away if I didn't get this one.
That's right.
The only prereq. So yeah, Varsity Blues Traveler.
All right, both teams are getting their points because the correct answer is Varsity Blues Traveler. Moving on to question 2. Christopher Walken, Joe Walsh, Hugh Jackman, Glenn Fry, Taron Egerton, Don Henley.
We can check in then.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy is checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
So I think I do know this movie. I never saw it myself, but I think this is Eddie the Eagle. So that would track with
Eddie the Eagles.
Yeah, Eddie oh God, no, we have to put the in front of Eagles. It's like a
The band
like
is
a
just called
sin.
Eagles.
Yeah.
The band's called Eagles. So I guess that's the merger there. Yeah, I was gonna say I recognized Joe Walsh, Glenn Fry, and Don Henley. I was like, okay, that group is the band members. I didn't know what movie the other three were all in together. So
I never saw the movie itself, but that feels right. I forgot it's also sports.
yeah,
related.
I know of Eddie
Weird.
the Eagle, like who that actually is as a person. Like not a ton, but I know him in the athletic field. So yeah, we'll go with Eddie the Eagles.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Yeah, we also checked in with Eddie the Eagles.
Both teams are getting points. Correct answer is Eddie the Eagles. All right.
No, don't like it. Makes
The
me uncomfortable.
Ohio State.
Oh no, don't say that. Josh is here. Don't say that. You're on his hit list now.
All right, the third and final question in the halftime. We have Burt Reynolds, Jeff Beck, Chris Rock, Jimmy Page, Adam Sandler, Eric Clapton.
We'll check it.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in. Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out.
Oh, this is the remake with Nelly, obviously.
Yeah, they left
The
a
Nelly
very
joint.
important. Yeah.
Right after the dual album Sweatsuit, I believe.
Right before he abandoned his McMansion in Eureka, Missouri, with the sport court, basketball court in the background.
So the longest yard.
The longest yard birds.
Yep.
Yep.
Check that in. The longest Yardbirds.
All right, Fantasy Island, what you guys have?
Yeah. Have this right away. Yardbirds were really big super group back in the 60s, and then all their musicians did a lot of other things afterwards too. But yeah, this is the longest Yardbirds.
With one of the members being Cheeseburger Eddie the Eagles.
Both teams are getting points. The correct answer is the longest Yardbirds. So nice and easy halftime. And after halftime, we have scores of 325 to 325. Still tied up.
Was Cheeseburger Eddie? Who was that?
Terry Crews.
Yes, Terry Crews.
You gotta protect the McNuggets. Also, Mason, just so you know, you are 4 for 4 on pop culture questions. So you're gonna have to start you're not gonna be able to use this anymore. Of I don't know movies.
It's not the movie part. It was the music part, and then going the other way with it. Because those three are all very much in my wheelhouse of music that I listen to. So that's where it worked out kind of nicely.
I tried to pick bands that had at least one recognizable name, if not many recognizable names.
A
I couldn't tell
recognizable
you
name
besides
to
John
Mason.
Popper in Blues Traveler. I couldn't name anyone else besides John Popper. So
Before today, neither could have I.
See, he's a
It's just
guy I
him.
always tried to unalive. Like I always assumed John Popper's passed away, but
Yeah, that was a thing that circulated on the internet for a while.
Unalive is a
we
very
play
different.
dead or alive, and I always assume he was definitely dead. But nope, he's still around playing that harmonica.
A lot skinnier, and it's just not the same effect.
All
Is
right.
it Ozempic or Wegovy?
Yeah, I think he's Govied.
So today's third quarter will be Lucky 7.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on this list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish that list out. The team leading at the beginning of the quarter will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
The topics to choose from today, the lists are, the first one is the 7 players with the most career home runs while playing for the St. Louis Cardinals. List number 2 is the 7 most recent unique players to lead Liverpool FC in goals for a Premier League season. Note, 2 seasons had 2 players tied for most goals. And list 3 is the 7 players who led the Illinois men's basketball team in points scored for the seasons from 2000-2001 to 2009-2010. Note, 4 were selected in an NBA draft. So those are the 3 lists. We have a tie score, but we have a guest. So our team with the guest, Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys will get to pick the first list.
Which one would you like, sir?
I think we take the one that I think they may know, and so that they can't get it. Gamesmanship.
Yeah.
As I think Cardinals home runs might be the easiest of the 3.
Okay. We can go with that.
All right, so Hypnotic and Hennessy is going to try to provide a list with the 7 players with the most career home runs while playing for the St. Louis Cardinals. Go ahead and take some time to formulate your list.
Okay, Josh, I think we're ready to check in.
Okay, so Hypnotic and Hennessy is going to start providing their list of players they believe have the most home runs while playing for the St. Louis Cardinals. So whenever you guys are ready.
All right. We'll start with Stan Musial.
Stan Musial is number 1 on the list. He hit 475 home runs as a Cardinal.
We'll go Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols is number 2 on the list. He hit 469 home runs as a Cardinal.
We'll go Jimmy Ballgame, Jim Edmonds.
Jim Edmonds is number 4 on the list. He hit 241 home runs while playing for the Cardinals.
Okay. Recently joined this fan club on Facebook. Ken Boyer.
Ken Boyer is number 3 on the list. He hit 255 home runs as a Cardinal.
Nice. Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire is number 6 on the list. He hit 220 home runs as a Cardinal.
The only good player for the Cardinals in the early 90s, Ray Lankford.
Ray Lankford is number 5 on the list. He hit 228 home runs while
dare
playing
you.
for the Cardinals.
How dare you besmirch Jose Oquendo and Ron Gant?
Royce Clayton. So this was the one we thought about. We'll go with Rogers Hornsby.
Rogers Hornsby is number 7 on the list. He hit 193 home runs for the Cardinals. So you ran the list. Do you want to try to give any others that go past? And I have 8 to 15 on my list here of additional in case you guessed one of them.
The only other 2 I had were Yachty and Ted Simmons.
Yachty is number 9. Ted Simmons was number 10.
Is Ducky Joe Medwick in there somewhere?
Joe Medwick is 15th.
Okay. What about
Where's-
Holiday? Is Matt Holiday in
Matt
there?
Holiday is 13th.
Oh, okay.
Ripper Collins. Where's Ripper?
Nope. Number 8 is Jim Bottomley.
Oh.
Number 11, Matt Carpenter. 12, Johnny Mize. And to round out the 14, Paul Goldschmidt. All right, well, that list went very well for Hypnotic and Hennessy. Fantasy Island, you guys get to choose between the Premier League question, the Liverpool question, or the Illinois men's basketball.
So Mason, I will defer to you because
No, don't.
I do have I think a little bit of insight on both of these. Like I said before, Illinois basketball very close with Wisconsin, and that's my area, not of expertise, just my area. And I've actually been getting a good amount of Liverpool insight from my brother because for some reason Mason Crosby is a big Liverpool fan, so he tells me about this all the time.
I'm not going to have much of either one here. I think I have a combined, one name from both lists. So I know for sure is on the list. So it's whatever you want to do. Honestly, I'll be here as your.
Well, what do you think they won't get? Let's get that gamesmanship going again.
I don't know because they're both pretty good at soccer, from what I'm getting. I know Wally is for sure.
And there's a lot of random college basketball players.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's gonna be some weird names on the list. So if you want to go soccer, that's fine. I'm gonna be here as just like, yeah, that's a name, and then just that's it. I'm not gonna be able to give you a whole lot here.
All right, well, let's do it then. Let's take the Liverpool question.
All right. Fantasy Island's going to take a little time here to put together their list of the 7 most recent unique players to lead Liverpool FC in goals for a Premier League season. So just let me know when you're ready to check in. Part of me hopes between the two teams you guys get all 7 so I can hear all the pronunciations, hopefully properly pronounced, because I'm not sure if I will be able to.
Sorry, I'm here doing nothing. But
You got Redford. That's what we needed.
because of Sundance, the most obvious answer here.
That's what the 5th one is supposed to do, be the obvious giveaway.
All right, I sent some names. That's what I got.
If we make it down there, put them in whatever order you want. Call the shots. It's all you. I'm here for the ride. So you do what you got to do.
All right, let's check in.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in. They're about to start giving me a list that they believe are the 7 most recent unique players to lead Liverpool FC in goals for a Premier League season.
The first one that jumps out is Mohamed Salah. He's been out their top goal scorer for, I don't know, 5 years, I think.
Mohamed Salah is number 1, most recently 2024 and 25. He is an 8-time leader of goals for Liverpool, with one of the seasons being a tie.
And I think I remember what that tie is. I believe that is Mane.
Number 2 on the list, is it Sadio Mane?
Sadio Mane.
Sadio Mane. 2 times has he shared the most. 1 time with Mohamed Salah. Another time with another person on this list.
Okay. Another player that I remember playing for Liverpool that is a player of note was Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez is the 6th most recent
crap.
player to lead Liverpool in goals. Most recently in 2013 and 14, and he was a 3-time leader.
The next name I could not spell accurately, so let's just go with how it sounds, which is Felipe Coutinho.
Felipe Coutinho is 3rd on the list. He was the one also tied with Mane in the other season.
Wow.
So that was 2016, 2017 for him.
Then the next name I came up with, I believe he's actually now a manager for some lower level, which is Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard is number 5 on the list. Most recently, 2014-15, but he was also a 3-time goal leader for Liverpool.
And then
What do you want?
now we pick one. You know what? I just say we go with the simplest name available. Just because it feels like that's a good one to go with. So let's go with Andy Robertson.
Andy Robertson is not on the list
Crap.
and is not in the 12 most recent, so I don't know. But the good news is you got 5 of the 7. So I was
Stop,
worried
Dave.
a little bit, but you got 5. So there are 2 names that Hypnotic and Hennessy can try to identify to gain those points.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
Salas.
1, Steven Gerrard, not Gerrard.
Gerard,
It's not
whatever.
David. Yeah.
2, the Ballon d'Or is tomorrow. Mo Salah should win that, hopefully. Let's see, which is best soccer player in the world, by the way. Did they say Mane? Yeah, they said
He
Mane.
did.
Yeah, so they said
So you got
Salah, Mane, Coutinho, Gerard, and Suarez is who they
So
named.
you've got Fernando Torres, Daniel Sturridge, Michael Owen, or the man they nicknamed God, Robbie Fowler.
I think Torres is probably close enough. I think. When did you say when Gerard was?
So you want the years from those most recent?
Yeah.
So Salah was most recent 24-25, Mane 18-19, Coutinho was 16-17, Gerard most recently 14-15, Suarez most recently 13-14.
You want to do Sturridge? I think Sturridge is like early teens, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he was always hurt.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do Torres?
Yeah, let's go Torres. Fernando Torres.
Fernando Torres is number 8 on the list.
Oh my gosh.
He's a 2-time leader in goals, and the last time was 09-10. So the 2 that were missed.
Hold on. We had Sturridge, but is this Roberto Firmino?
Roberto Firmino was the goal scoring leader in 2015-16. And then in 2010, 2011, another 2-timer was Dirk, is it Kuyt?
Kaut.
Kuyt. So,
Speaking of ugly sports
Oh,
players,
he looks like sloth.
he's
Fun fact:
Josh called him a 2-timer.
my wife thought that Philippe Coutinho's last name was Cuttenho. So for multiple seasons of watching Liverpool, she always talked about how much she loved Cuttenho.
all right. Well, after those first 2, Fantasy Island is trailing by 20. So they will actually get to be the first ones to attempt the 3rd list, which again is the 7 players who led Illinois men's basketball team in points scored for the seasons from 2000 and 2001 to 2009, 2010.
All right, Dave, I'm going to send you my one name. We'll be on our way here. Ready for it? It's beautiful. There it is. Look at that. I did it. There's one. Done. That's it.
You got one more name?
Nope. I gave you my one.
Well, I just meant making up one more name.
Oh,
yeah. It was just like when Scott tried to come up with defensive backs.
You know what? This is what we go with last.
oh, yeah, I know.
That's,
I know.
that's the one.
Yes, if we make it there, we get to say that. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we'll check in.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in. They're about to start naming who they believe are the 7 players who led the Illinois men's basketball team in points scored for the seasons from 2000, 2001 to 2009, 10.
Get your NBA name out of there, Mason. You know you want to.
Only one that I knew. That's the only person I can think of in that time frame that went to Illinois. So, Darren Williams.
Oof.
Really? He's not on
Unfortunately,
there?
Darren Williams, at best, finished second in scoring in 2003, 2004. He was never the points leader
Sorry, Dave.
for
The one I thought I had.
Illinois.
But let us give our last one, okay? Please.
Is this Maccabee
How
Cohenbergstein?
about you
again?
wait till they run their part of the list?
It's
then
not
you
a
can
right
share.
answer, though. We know for sure it's not a
I
right
know.
answer.
Yeah, 100%.
Dr. Duncanstein comes back.
No,
No,
no, even
Dr.
better.
Layuppenstein, but that's
Even better than that.
Layuppenstein.
Steve. All right, well, Hypnotic and Hennessy, hopefully you've been putting together names and you're ready to try and name some of these guys.
I mean, I thought Deron Williams was on the list, so
I mean, he's the only
They
person I could think
eliminated
of.
him. Yeah.
right. I mean,
Well,
he was
there
on
were-
that 04-05 team. So you've got D Brown,
Yeah, let's do that.
Luther Head.
I'm pretty sure that D Brown is definitely one, so we should just do that one first. Do we go? This is my first time on the show. Do we just keep going with names, or do we do one? You check us. and
You
we
do
keep-
one at a time, so because then when you're wrong, it's done.
We
Okay,
can't just
so-
scatter shoot and just
No.
see how many we get right.
Ollie usually checks in with missing link after clue 1. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's,
They all have letters in their names, and it hasn't worked yet.
I'm just saying that's too good, Mason.
right,
So you want to do
well-
D round first?
Well, can we start with Brian Cook?
Okay, sure. Go for
I
it.
love Brian Cook. We'll go that. Brian Cook.
Brian Cook is number 2 on the list. He led the team in scoring in 2002, 2003, and he was a first-round draft pick. He was the 24th overall pick.
Now we'll go D Brown.
Oh, by the way, also Brian Cook was second in scoring in 2000, 2001, and 2001, 2002. Just wanted to let you know about that. D Brown is third on this list. He led the team in scoring in 03, 04, and 05, 06. And he was second in 02, 03, and 04, 05.
Not to be confused with D. Low Brown.
So then if Brian Cook was second, then that means Frank Williams was probably first in those early 2000 seasons before he got drafted. So Frank Williams.
Number 1 on the list. He did lead them in 2000, 2001, and 2001, 2002. He was a first-round draft pick in 2022. Oh, and D. Brown was a second-round draft pick in 2006. So you've named 3 of the 4 draftees.
Then the other draftee has to be Luther Head. I think he went to the Rockets, but he was the leading scorer, I think, after Williams left, right? So we'll go with Luther Head.
Luther Head is 4th on the list. He led the team in scoring in 04, 05, and he was a first-round draft pick in 05.
Now it gets murky.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Dimitri McCamey, but I don't think Augustine led the team in
I was going to
points.
say he overlaps too much with those guys, and I think he was.
We'll go with McCamey.
Dimitri McCamey is 7th on the list. He led the team in scoring in both 2008, 09, and 2009, 2010.
Now I'm guessing.
Well, do you want to do the name from the chat? Sean Pruitt was big.
Pruitt was good. Warren Carter was good. If it's not Augustine or the 7-footer Nick Smith that I used to yell no when he shot a 3-pointer all the time. Yeah, we can go Pruitt. That's fine.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a coin flip. So Sean Pruitt.
Sean Pruitt is number 6 on the list. He led the
Wow.
team in scoring in 07, 08, and he was also second in 06, 07.
And he never shot 3, so you never had to yell at him.
Is there only one left?
There's only one left.
Right?
The number
It's
5
not.
person on this list.
Not Deron Williams. So I guess the other one was Warren Carter.
Oh, no, it's
I don't know anybody else.
Warren Carter is number 5 on the list. He led the team in scoring in 06, 07.
nice job.
So James Augustine won one of the seasons, 05-06. He was second in points. Trent Meacham was second in points in 07-08. Mike Davis was second in 08-09. And Mike Tisdale was second in 09-10. So, well, you ran that list after getting the opportunity. So,
Who was the name that you left off?
Oh, are you kidding me? We had all of those names.
All right.
We went from Luther Head to Kofi Cockburn.
Soup to nuts.
well, after the third quarter, we have the following scores. Fantasy Island is at 375, and Hypnotic and Hennessy is at 465. And that brings us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
Categories for today are as follows. Question 1, downhill racer, in reference to the Olympics. Question 2, out of Africa, in reference to the NBA. Question 3, sneakers, in reference to shoe deals. Question 4, the horse whisperer, in reference to thoroughbred racing. It
How
is
does
now
this
time
work?
for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1, in the category of downhill racer. What U.S. alpine skier who won the gold medal in the men's combined in Turin in 2006 would go on to win the gold medal in the men's giant slalom 8 years later in Sochi?
Hey, Josh,
Yes.
we'll check in. While Malik Neighbors is being carted off the field, we'll check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy has checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out.
I want to say this is Ted Ligeti. He won in 2014, but I think he was already. Yeah, I feel like that feels right.
Glad it does for you because I've never heard of that person. I don't want to pay Josh $5 right now. So I have no money in my wallet right now.
So yeah, I mean that's a name I've heard before when the Winter Olympics come on. I prefer the winter over summer. Just saying, that's a hot take, I guess, or cold take.
I don't think I've ever sat down to watch anything in the Winter Olympics. I will be dead honest with you. I don't think I've sat down and watched an event.
You're
I don't
missing
watch
out.
the Olympics. It's just not. It's just not. I don't know. It's just
TJ
Not-
Oshie,
not
come
my-
on.
Yoshi.
Yes.
We've made that
Uh,
reference a long time ago on this podcast, but
Yeah, let's check in. Ted
yes, let's,
Ligeti.
as in Dave checks in with
Us
us as in Dave.
Ted Ligeti for 100 points.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what do you guys have for an answer and a wager?
Matt so eloquently put in our chat, giggity giggity, it's Ted Ligety. And so, yeah, we'll check in with that.
Both teams are getting points. I do believe it is pronounced Ted Ligety. At least that's how I
Wow,
had always heard it. But yeah, so these are the only 2 Olympic medals for Ligety, who was part of 4 U.S. Olympic teams between 2006 and 2018. And Dave, you're right, he does have a number of medals from like the World Championships.
Yeah, he's like called like Mr. Giant Slalom. Yeah, like the guy is absolutely legendary on the slalom.
All right. Well, both teams increased by 100, so we don't need to really talk too much more about that. Let's move on to question 2 in the category of out of Africa. What Hall of Fame African-born center is the NBA career leader in blocks?
We'll check in.
All right. Fantasy Island is checked in, so Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out. Let me know your answer and your wager.
It's obviously the guy from Up in the Air with
No.
Kevin
Not-
Bacon.
Not Up in the Air.
Or the
It's
air up there.
The air up
That's
there.
right.
Yes. That George Clooney, the
The George
depressing
Clooney
George
Up in the
Clooney
Air.
movie where he lays everybody off except for African basketball players.
The air up there.
The air up in the air.
It's Takeem, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a fairly well known. So I'm good with
Takeem
that.
Olajuwon checking in.
100 points.
Okay, and Fantasy Island, what'd you guys have for an answer and a wager?
Well, we both said at the same time.
Yeah, we said Charles Mena. You're talking about the air up there, right? Yeah, that's what we're going with. Oh,
But yeah, it's Olajuwon. I mean, the only other name that gave me a pause for a moment was Mutombo, but he's not number one. So yeah, keep Olajuwon for record.
Well, both teams are getting their 100 points. Correct answer is Hakeem Olajuwon. Olajuwon finished his career with 3,830 blocks, 541 more than Dikembe Mutombo, who is second on the all-time list. So, top two African-born.
But
Hall of
could either of them pull off the Jimmy Dolan shake and bake? Like the guy from the air up there could.
He's got a bum knee. He can't do it anymore.
He did teach him well, though.
I mean, I don't think Mutombo can anymore.
Oh, is he in John Popper land?
No,
no
he's
good
not
John
in John
Popper's alive.
Popper land.
He's in Matt's metaphorical John Popper.
Yes.
We're all in John Popper land. What are you talking
wait,
about?
wasn't that the?
Wasn't just last year that he passed? Yeah.
Wasn't that the movie that Murderball lost to, which was March of the John Popper's Penguins?
Boo.
No, no, it was not.
Let's move on to question 3 in the category of sneakers. After being drafted number 1 overall in the 2024 WNBA draft, Caitlin Clark signed an 8-year deal with Nike that includes a signature shoe and logo. How much was this deal for?
Oh,
We'll get a range. It's just the number.
If both teams would like a range, I could give a range.
I'd say
Yeah.
$1 trillion. Can we be? That's the range I
Plus
was.
or minus $1 trillion.
If you are within 5 million,
Okay.
I will give you, I'll consider it a correct answer.
yeah, we'll check
Yeah.
it.
All right, Fantasy Island is checked in, so Hypnotic and Hennessy, you guys can talk it out. Let me know your answer and your wager.
I'd first like to report that the best play that the Giants could come up with on 3rd and 4 near the goal line was a read option to Russ Wilson to keep it, and he was stuffed for a 5-yard loss, as you would expect.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I think 25 is the number. I don't think she has her signature shoe out yet. She just has been doing Kobe colorways for the most part. So I think 25 covers us from 20 to 30, and I think it was somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're right. Like, we try to do math, but let's just
It's a
keep
good
it easy.
round square number.
We will check in with 25 million.
Okay, and Fantasy Island, what do you guys have for an answer and a wager?
Yeah, Walling, I think you're right. I think she has those like player editions, right? With they're the Kobe Protros or whatever those things are.
He insists on it not being called retros. There's a whole story behind it.
Sure,
Labor it.
sure. We were close, but we'll probably like in the same range because I don't know if she's going more. But we said 30 mil.
Okay, well, neither team got it exact, but both teams were within 5 million. So the 8-year deal was for 28 million, so 3.5 million a year. So Clark's logo was unveiled in August of this year, and her first shoe will be released next year.
I will say Nike's basketball shoes they've come out with for women have been better than the ones they've come out with for men recently. Like the Asia Wilsons are really good. The Sabrina Ionescu's are really good.
And for years, the women's shoe colorways are just 1,000 times better.
Nolan's are pretty cool. They're like blue gradient. Yeah. So I had to
Do better. Do
Yeah.
better, Nike.
quit just throwing out different colors of Jordan 1s that are sitting on the floor right behind me in this room. Full of
Phil.
stickers.
Phil, I know you're listening right now.
Yeah. Phil Knight. Well, no, he's got some Oregon fans on the pod. So.
Exactly. He's
true.
probably hanging out with David right now.
Once again, for the third straight question, both teams have gotten 100 points, so the difference has not changed. So let's move on to question 4 in the category of the horse whisperer. What thoroughbred horse trainer who trained Riva Ridge, the winner of the Kentucky Derby and Belmont Stakes in 1972, would follow that up by training Secretariat in 1973?
Hey, Josh,
Yes.
we'll check in.
All right, Hypnotic and Hennessy has checked in, so Fantasy Island, you guys can talk it out. Let me know your answer and your wager.
Yeah, I seem to remember there being a famous horse trainer with the last name of Lauren or like Laureen. I have no clue what the first name is.
Ralph.
Yeah,
It's Ralph Lauren. Polo. See, it just works. You know.
I tried to do a halftime round that was so bad it got deleted after one question with horses. So yeah, I quickly got rid of that. If you want me to share that could be a Patreon episode in itself.
Works episode.
Yeah, okay, it'd be so bad. It was terrible. But yeah, we're gonna track. We're gonna check in.
We're not with lock in, and now it's track in.
We're gonna clop in with the last name of Laureen.
All right, and Hypnotic and Hennessy, what did you guys have for an answer and a wager?
Yeah, as a Murray State alum, I spent several instances at the Derby, most of which were incredibly drunk and don't remember because I was in the infield, which is totally different than sitting in a seat. Think spring break, but with rednecks and Hoosiers. It was awesome. But yeah, we had Lauren or Laureen as well. I think it's Lucian is the first name, but we'll just go last name. And that was 100 points as well.
All right, both teams are getting their points. The correct answer, whether I pronounce it correctly or not, is Lucian Lauren. Lauren also trained the 1966 Belmont Stakes winner Amberoid, who kept Kauai King from winning a Triple Crown that year.
Minutes restrictions on Kauai King right there.
Yeah. He couldn't play
can't race
back-to-back races. Dang it, Mason.
That's a easy setup.
Well, the game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. With a more than respectable 750, we have Fantasy Island. And our clipboard captains of the game, who are receiving the coveted Max Brosmer Award with 865 points, Hypnotic and Hennessy. Congratulations, guys. Matt, is there anything that you would like to say before we call it a night?
Sure. Yeah. Obviously, love the podcast. I spend a lot of time traveling for work and listen to it as I drive back and forth down I-44 throughout Missouri on a weekly basis. So love the podcast. Awesome to be a part of it. You guys are awesome. So yeah, I share it with anyone who is interested in trivia, including at the country club down the street every Friday night. I bring it up. So yeah, you guys do an awesome job.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate the good word of mouth. So
humble brag.
No, it's like Bushwick. It's not a real. It's literally a 9-hole course in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right.
That I sneak out to at lunchtime.
Miniature golf.
It's everyone come. We'll do a pod from there. It's like they haven't changed the carpet or anything since the 70s. It's awesome.
Oh, nice. All right. Anything else you guys want to say anything? You can if you want.
Well, I did receive a breaking news.
Oh,
by the way, Jerry Jones open to trading picks. Thought you'd like to know that, Walling.
Because picks can't stop the run.
All right. Well, Matt, thank you again for joining us tonight. And on behalf of Walling, Mason, Dave, and the rest of the Benchwarmers, we'd like to say thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, will keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at BenchwarmersTP.